Friends, there's been a surprising shakeup in the construction world, and if you're in the market to buy, build, or invest in real estate, this is something you're going to want to know. The U.S. construction spending just dropped for the second month in a row. And how much of that downturn? It's directly tied into single-family housing market. So let's unpack what happened, what it means, and where things could be heading from there. So according to a brand new report from the U.S. Census Bureau, construction spending fell by 0.4% in April. And just to give you some context, this came after a revised 0.8% decline in March. And here's the kicker with all of this. Most economists have predicted that we'd actually see a slight rebound in April. Instead, we saw a back-to-back decline. Year over year, we're also down. Compared to April of 2024, total construction spending slipped by 0.5%. That kind of number, well, it might seem small, but when you're talking about a 2.15 trillion industry, even a 0.5% is a massive shift. Now, private construction projects took the biggest hit, dropped by 0.7%. Now, this includes both residential and commercial work. Residential investment alone dropped 0.9%, and single-family construction specifically fell 1.1%. That's where we're seeing the most pressure. And you may say, okay, why the drop? Well, for starters, borrowing costs are still elevated. Mortgage rates remain near 7% in many markets. So for builders, that means higher costs to finance projects. And for buyers, well, it means monthly payments feel way less affordable. Even if prices are staying relatively flat, there's yet another factor: inventory. Right now we're sitting on the highest supply of previously owned homes in more than 4 years. In new home inventory, well, it's climbed back to levels that we haven't seen since 2007, right before the housing crash. Builders are looking at all that excess supply and deciding to slow down. Why build new when there's already plenty of sitting on the market? There's also some pressure coming in from Washington. President Trump's recent trade policies have doubled tariffs on steel and aluminum from 25% up to 50%, and that has an immediate ripple effect across construction because steel and aluminum are, not to be Captain Obvious here, are essential materials in home building, commercial projects, and infrastructure. Multifamily construction, by the way, didn't really fare much better as well. Now that segment, apartment buildings, duplexes, townhomes, slipped by 0.1% in April. Meanwhile, private non-residential construction like offices and factories dropped by 0.5%. So we're seeing a slowdown across homes and businesses, but there is a silver lining. Public construction is still growing. Federal spending on construction jumped 2.7% in April, and state and local governments increased their outlays by 0.3%. Infrastructure projects like highways, schools, government buildings are helping keep parts of the industry afloat. Now, let's zoom in to see what's happening right here in California. So over the last 5 years, the state has added more than 560,000 housing units. Now, that sounds like a lot, but it's not evenly distributed. San Benito County, for example, saw a 9% spike in housing, driven by commuters relocating from the Bay Area. Cities like Hollister, they are growing fast. Meanwhile, inland counties like San Joaquin and Riverside are seeing rapid development as well. And yet, despite the growth, builders are still pulling back. Labor is still expensive, materials are still expensive, and consumers are still more cautious than ever. Now, one emerging solution is modular and prefabrication homes. Now, these types of homes are built off-site, assembled in days, not months. They use fewer materials, require less labor, and dramatically cut down timelines. Now, some experts believe this could be the direction the industry leans toward, especially in states like California where speed and affordability are key. As you're watching and listening to this, you may be sitting there and asking, well, what does this mean for you? Well, if you're a buyer, this could signal slower new home construction ahead and possibly more pressure on existing inventory. And if you are a builder, well, it might be time to reconsider where you're putting your capital. And if you're investing, well, keep a close eye on the balance between new supply, buyer demand, and interest rates. Look, April's numbers don't signal any collapse, but they do paint a picture of an industry that is hesitating. Now, builders are watching rates, buyers are watching prices, and everyone feels just a little uncertain as far as what is next. So as we roll into summer, we're going to keep tabs on whether this trend continues or whether we start seeing a rebound in spending and confidence. Either way, we're going to break it down for you right here. Now, if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe for more no-fluff real estate updates. And if you're looking to buy or sell in California, well friends, I'm a licensed agent right here in Irvine. Feel free to reach out, and with that said, friends, I'm going to be shutting off the cameras and I will see you in the next video.